It's just being presented and marketed through TikTok. Your music lives on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music. It's just like the new SoundCloud rapper thing. Now it's just TikTok rapper.
Yes,
all over again.
Exactly. And honestly, if you hating on somebody for using TikTok to promote their music, you're lame.
You're corny.
Like that's corny as. Welcome back, everybody, to
the Soul Serum Podcast.
I am your, oh my God, what happened to Virgil, host Clay Bonine. I am joined by the King of New York, co-host Tanner Mavis.
Damn.
You are now tuned in to the number one Heat podcast in the world.
And I put the funk flex bomb just because I wanted to. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 66 of the Soul Serum Podcast.
Wow.
We're going to get straight. I know, 66. It's a lot.
We're approaching 100.
Kind of a lot. I think
we got to do something crazy for the 100th episode.
I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe we'll do a clips, a highlight show. Remember when? Remember when we said this? I don't know.
Maybe.
So today we are taking a step away from the brackets and tier lists. Thank you if you are now listening from one of those videos. We appreciate that. XXL Magazine, known hip hop publication, released an article earlier this week written by Robby Seabrook III. It was titled "Things Hip Hop Fans Need to Leave in 2022." And I thought that, me and Tanner could share our thoughts on these, as we agree with many of these, and some of these things I feel like are not that big of a deal. So today we're going to go through the list, spend a few minutes on each of these topics, and if you, the listener, agree or disagree with our opinions, I would love to hear your thoughts on all these matters, as, this is a place where I respect our fans and our listeners' opinions. I think you all obviously have a passion for the genre like we do. So I would like to hear your thoughts on this. But let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to go down the list just as they have it listed. And if this is something that, if one of these topics you think isn't really worth talking about, let's just fucking skip it, because I think some of these are things that we can pass over kind of easily. But the very first one we're talking about, and I also should preface this by saying, I think what XXL is doing with this article is they are presenting the topic, and as hip hop fans are making too big of a deal of this, and it's calm down, kind of. Is it
hip hop fans or just the general public?
I think this is more hip hop. Well, that's a good question, actually, because this is it's hip hop centered, but I think some of these,
the passive listener.
I think some of these issues will kind of cross over to the passive listener rather than just somebody who pays attention to hip hop. So that is a good question, actually. This first one actually might even really be related to that. Lil Nas X and Doja Cat being rappers. I can read the description, but I don't really think I need to do that. So do hip hop fans need to let this go? I think the argument they're making here is that hip hop and pop are now, more closely related than probably they ever have been. Yeah. And these are two people who came out as quote unquote rappers, and their music afterwards has been more on the pop side.
Yeah.
I would consider both of these people rappers personally, but I think there are definitely a lot of people who don't, though.
I'm one of those people.
Yeah. And why is that?
I don't know. I just I guess I wasn't really hip to Doja Cat early enough to know if she was making hip hop.
Yeah.
Hip hop rap music, you know what I mean? She probably has.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've only seen Doja Cat content in passing, and I don't know, just on Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, TikTok. Yeah. She's on TikTok hella now.
Yeah.
And I see her performances and her the live experience.
They're very pop oriented.
Yeah. And I hear Doja Cat songs on the radio every now and then if I'm in somebody's car, my girlfriend's car or something. I like Doja Cat's music a lot, but it does sound very poppy. It's really groovy.
I think that is it. My opinion on it is the fact that I think these people both kind of got big from rap records, and then they started to make less rappy music.
The thing with Lil Nas X is, like, he came up off of Old Town Road, and I remember like being there like before that got like really big, and seeing that happen in real time, like on Twitter. He like made like a video.
It's like the Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, and then put the Old Town Road over it. So like he jumped so quick to the mainstream to where like there really wasn't enough time for him to like be in the conversation of hip hop. He just went straight to it. You know what I mean? So like that's why I personally have never viewed Lil Nas X as a rapper. Yeah. He has the name Lil Nas X. Like he has like rap and hip hop, you know, elements to his music, obviously, but like once you get to that level, bro, like you made the biggest song ever, like streaming wise. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. It was number one for like 18 weeks or some shit like that. Wild. Very wild. Like the longest ever. Yeah. To me, like I get it. I hear like the diehard just like hip hop fans, because I am one of y'all. Yeah. And like I don't know. I think what this really comes down to, and we'll move on after this, I think what this really comes down to is the fact that hip hop itself as a genre has branched out in so many different ways that like just because these people aren't rapping on New York boom bap beats, you know, it's like doesn't mean that they're not rappers. And I think that like Lil Nas X and Doja Cat are like big examples of this, but we can go down into subgenres of hip hop and find examples. And to their defense, they probably didn't even plan on getting as big of stars. I mean, obviously you always have dreams of becoming huge, like globally consumed, like, you know, musicians and artists, but like superstars. As soon as you get to that superstar pop status, like it's really hard to make hip hop. Like you have to make big records. I agree. You know what I mean? So I agree. So basically, yes and no. Yeah. That's what we've come down to. Yes and no. Okay, let's move on. The next one I think is actually kind of interesting. Rappers with lil names. Yeah. This one has always pissed me off. Yeah, people have always like I think this actually is more of a passive listener thing. Yeah. Of people being like, oh, all the Lils and all the Youngs, you know. Bro, every time I hear that from like someone that doesn't listen to hip hop, I've heard it from like friends and like passing or like just in conversations in college or what are. I haven't heard it much recently because, you know, I only surround myself with people that are in this, you know, in the scene and that care about it. But like, I remember when I was just like really passionate about hip hop and I was just like spreading my favorite rappers and stuff, like you would get like passive aggressive like comments about, oh, just like another Lil rapper, like blah, blah, blah. It's just like, bro, like I fucking hate like that. Lil. And then the big Sean, big this, Lil that, like that is like that's the root of like hip hop, bro. Like a lot of like artists from like the 90s were named Lil this, big this. Like it's nothing. It's not like a new thing. Like yes, there's a lot of them, but like I feel like it's just rappers are just like when you see Lil Peep, Lil whatever in front of a name, like you're automatically claiming hip hop, like right away. Yeah, for sure. You know, like you're like, I'm a hip hop artist or I'm in this niche. Like it's a great way to like. It's almost like giving paying homage to those who came before you. It's definitely paying homage. Like Lil Wayne is probably one of the biggest Lils ever, and like he's probably the reason why a lot of artists would even think about putting the name Lil in front of it. 100%. Even if it's not even like a conscious decision. Like, it's just look, and there's even XXL says like there's even like Lil Kim and Lil Jon. Yeah, exactly. They've been like Lil Kim is part of the golden era of hip hop. Literally. Like, is anybody bummed that Lil Kim has Lil in front of her name? No, they're not. No, but when it's Lil Baby, Lil Peep, Lil Bird, it's always like and it's always I feel like people always got mad when it was like controversial rappers or mumble rappers putting it only became an issue in like 2016 and on when like Lil Pump, Lil Peep, Lil
whoever.
And then there was like a lot of meme rappers that came out, like Lil Windex and Lil like
Young Gravy. Even though it's like young, that the young thing also I think plays a part in this.
It just became an issue when like people started, like old heads started to not understand the current like realm of like hip hop that was like coming up.
Yeah. I think, to make a long story short, if you are somebody who makes fun of the Lils or the Youngs in hip hop, then like you don't really you don't give a shit about hip hop. That's also a tired ass excuse and reasoning.
Facts. And I do think like the Lil whatever, like Lil artist names, I think it has become a little more, it's slowed down like a little bit compared to,
I think so,
like previous like 3 or 4 years. Like we're seeing more like, I don't want to say original names, but like, names that aren't
unique names.
Yeah, more unique names in the underground, especially.
I agree. Speaking of the underground, the next thing in XXL's list is TikTok's relevance in hip hop. This is something that we've talked about on the show before. And I think what XXL is saying here is that like it's like people using the term TikTok rapper or TikTok song as like a demeaning way of describing somebody's music. I don't think we should spend too much time on this because we've talked about it so much on the show before. At this point, it's just a matter of promotion and interaction with your fans. Yeah. TikTok is the easiest and best way to do that. So, if you want to call something a TikTok song or call somebody a TikTok rapper, like that's all fine and well. I understand that. But like, I think that most of these people are much more than a TikTok rapper or making a TikTok song. Sometimes at least. It's
the only platform that's like, you're able to have organic reach and like reach millions of people with one video in 24 hours.
That's like you
can't do that on Instagram. You can't do that on Twitter. And it's not isn't the goal of making music is getting it to as many people as possible? Like,
I would say for 95% of music artists, yes, that is it.
So just coining someone as a TikTok rapper, which is like, I don't know, like your music it's just being presented and marketed through TikTok. Your music lives on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Music. It's just like the new SoundCloud rapper thing. Now it's just TikTok rapper. All over again.
Exactly. And honestly, if you hating on somebody for using TikTok to promote their music, you're fucking lame.
You're corny.
Like that's corny as
corny, bro. And people that think people that use TikTok is corny. It's like, nah, bro. Like lame. People are trying to get their shit out there and fucking get a fucking bag off this shit, which people do on TikTok.
They surely do. All right, let's keep it moving. I don't really have much to say about this one. Things hip hop fans need to let go in 2022. Bobby Shmurda's dance moves. I think Bobby should just keep dancing.
Yeah.
Why not?
People are still hitting the shmoney dance. Like
people are still hitting the shmoney dance.
Shit, I'll hit the shmoney dance.
Hit the shmoney dance. You feel me? I think like I think what people's issue is that like Bobby Shmurda, he's just so energetic and he's just so crazy and he's doing all these hip thrusts and whatnot. And I guess people just think that that's like not cool. But honestly, bro, let the man dance.
This is kind of, I don't know. This point is kind of irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's probably another conversation, but I think Bobby Shmurda has had like one of the worst comebacks of like anyone who's like come out of jail or like trying to make a comeback with their, because like I feel like he got out and we heard that he got out and we're just like waiting for like something to happen and like nothing like really ever happened.
Yeah. I agree. That's
why I think this is irrelevant, because it's saying like this 16 things that the hip hop fans need to get over in 2022, and I'm like,
I'm over Bobby.
Yeah, like
that takes up no space in
my brain.
At all. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's keep it moving. This one is a little bit more serious, but thinking homophobia is acceptable. I think hip hop has had a long, storied past with homophobia in hip hop, starting back in the 70s and 80s even.
Yeah.
You know, and the point that XXL is making in this description here is that now we have a couple of artists who are prominent, who are out and proud, and there is still a lot of homophobia in the industry. And I really think that the thing about that is it really starts with hip hop fans' environments. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then these people from these environments where homophobia is like, you know, acceptable and okay, then come to fame and they get a platform, they get to say whatever they want. And that's really where the issues start. I would say for most, at least people that we hang around, the people that I hang around, I feel like this is not an issue, but at large, it's still definitely like something that's prevalent in hip hop. And to be honest, I don't know how it gets better, or if
it definitely gets better. Like artists like Lil Nas X just like pushing the needle and just like using his platform to talk about it. Yeah. And you know, I don't know. I feel like since like every year things have like progressively gotten better as far as like the music and the lyrics that artists like are using in their songs. Like I feel like you go back to Eminem lyrics and just like early like 2000s, even like probably like 90s shit, and a lot of homophobic slurs being used. And I think things have gotten better in that way. But as far as what you're talking about, like having a welcoming environment at like shows or festivals, you know, things could get better. But I don't know. I think things have gotten better, but again, I can't really speak on it because I'm a straight man, I'm a straight white man talking about this in on a hip hop podcast. So my opinion does not mean shit, and it's not something that I really deal with. But
I agree.
It's something that it's definitely that needs to be talked about, and it has to be like homophobia. There's just no room for it. Period.
Right. Not just in hip hop, just at large.
Just period.
If any of our listeners listen to any hip hop podcasts where there are gay people who are hosting it, holler at us. I would love to hear it. I would love to hear what they have to say. All right, let's keep it moving here. Things hip hop fans need to let go in 2022. Melodic rappers gaining popularity. I feel like we are starting to get over the hump a little bit. Because this is also kind of tied into the mumble rap sort of controversy, right? Definitely. Like they're using Lil Tecca as the picture here.
He's one of the best of the melodic rappers.
And you know, this is kind of hard for us to talk about because I feel like we're obviously super into the melodic rap, so
it's like all I listen to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nowadays, like it's hard for me to really like your song if you don't have like fire melodies on your song and like doing cool shit with like your auto tune and like your voice. Yeah. To really stand out just on a pure rap song with like no melodies or anything, like you got to be saying some shit. The beat's got to be crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. But bro, like I feel like majority of hip hop now there's melody. Yeah. To
that even connects to the first point we were talking about Lil Nas X and Doja Cat, whether they're rappers or not. Like hip hop is pop now.
Alley. Like we've seen artists from the hip hop genre go number one so many times. Like you know what? It should not be an issue. Hip hop is such a diverse and experimental. It's like literally the foundation of hip hop is taking other genres and creating something new out of it.
Yeah. And that actually, that is a perfect segue. I just want to make one point before we move on. I think what a lot of people's issues with this is that it seems like you don't have to be quote unquote good at making music if you're a melodic rapper because you can just get a beat and put a preset on your voice. I think that's what people's arguments, and it's like discounting, you know.
People are still getting bars off with their melodies, bro. Like I agree. In their lines. They're just doing it more in a catchy way to make you fucking remember it and come back. Because melodies is what you be humming melodies in your head. It's gonna which you can do the same. You can do the same thing with like flows and stuff and within songs, but
But I do agree with you. Melodies are like that's what's gonna stick in your brain. Now this one, I really don't want to spend a lot of time on this one because I think this is a little silly, but it kind of talks about what you were just talking about. The amount of samples in modern hip hop. Hip hop, its very self from its origin was based on samples and break beats from jazz and soul and gospel and R&B records. Quick story. I remember in high school, I had this professor. I think I might have said this on the podcast before. I had this professor for film studies, or I guess it was a teacher. It's high school, whatever. His name is Mr. Cooksey. He was fucking awesome. I respect that guy a lot. But he made a point about I saw a video where somebody took a Kanye song and they took all the samples out of it. And it's kind of just him being like, And in my mind, I'm just like, dude, that's the fucking worst argument ever. What? If you are listening to hip hop in 2022 and you have a problem with samples, I think you need to turn it to the country radio station, bro.
Yeah.
You need to just get out of here. It's samples are literally what hip hop was based off of, and it's fucking sick too.
It's so dope.
When somebody makes a dope sample flip, there's nothing I love.
That's the element of creation. Nothing is original.
Yeah.
Something is always influenced or driven from something else.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to have an original idea or an original thought. Something always inspires another creation.
Yeah.
And that's literally what hip hop is. And to be able to take different samples and chop them up and mesh them into a beat, throw some drums on it, some hi-hats, whatever, and make something completely new out of it and then rap over it. It's a whole new composition. It's a whole new piece of art.
Yeah.
It's a whole new thing.
I agree.
It's just people outside of hip hop commenting on hip hop and in that
facts
case, passive listeners that aren't really hip hop fans.
Okay, next one. This one I don't really have much to say about this either. Tyler the Creator's growing superstardom. I think what the argument here is that early on in his career, he was a very prickly guy. He said a lot of crazy things, maybe even homophobic things, and didn't really have a good run with the media. And now he's a little bit softer and it's a little bit easier
Most of
to
it
digest.
was just him trolling and just being funny and just trying to get your all's attention.
The thing is, I think Tyler the Creator's always been a superstar. It's just now he has kind of cracked the mainstream mold to where after Flower Boy, shit got different for him. And I love to see it. I've always loved Tyler. And I said this on the podcast a while ago. I think what the best thing about Flower Boy and Igor are, as somebody who listened to Tyler from Bastard from the beginning, is that I think he's always wanted to make this music.
Yeah.
And now he's finally making this music, and it's a little bit easier to digest than I'm a fucking walking paradox, so
he probably finally just has all the resources and just budget to do what he wants and just take his time, and has the platform to where his fans will listen to whatever he wants to put out.
So he should be a superstar.
If he came out with a Flower Boy on his first album when he came out,
people wouldn't have fucking cared.
I don't think people would have cared.
No,
he had to come out and get people's attention.
Yeah.
And bring them into his world before doing something like that.
He was also a teenager at that time. Now he's in his late 20s, almost 30. It just
your music taste evolves as you get older. When you're younger, you like crazier, wild, energetic, aggressive stuff, but when you get older, you don't mind a nice little lo-fi, little lo-fi playlist to read your book to or whatever. Something, you know what I mean?
Just something bob the head to.
A little bit of jazz.
So I don't know. I think it just makes sense that Tyler's a superstar now. All right, this next one, I think this is something that can be said for most areas of creativity and not just in hip hop. It's just that it's relevant here. Old heads versus young heads or younger rap fans. I think this is the first sentence of this, I think, summarizes it really great. The generational gap within hip hop will always exist because older fans are allergic to change and younger fans' knowledge of the past only goes but so far.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, you're somebody who we like to go into the past. We like to understand where it came from, the origin of it. Like
it's definitely important to understand.
It's definitely important to understand, but the old head being condescending and talking down on the younger fan. Joe Budden, just like the Joe Budden Lil Yachty interview is like the visual example of this, where it's just like, dude, like Joe Budden, like this is your opinion and that's valid or whatever, but like he's just a fucking young kid trying to have fun, bro. Like, why are you so mad?
Yeah,
like that's the whole argument.
Why are you mad?
Why are y'all mad, man?
It's just, I think it's just rooted in jealousy, man. Like, and just envy that like they're not young anymore.
Hip hop's always been a young man's game.
It's always a young man's game. It will forever be for the youth.
Yeah,
hip hop always is. I was literally just having this conversation with my brother on the way to Justin Bieber concert. Like, he was just telling me like, I haven't really been listening to like new rappers and stuff. I'm like, well, you're probably just like growing out of it. Like,
you know, that's fine.
Like you're getting older. Fine. You're not in high school. You're not in college anymore.
Yeah.
You're like in those environments. You're always on the go. You always want to do stuff with your friends. You need the music to accompany, your lifestyle and what you're doing. Yeah. Now old heads are in a corporate world, or they're at work all the time. They have families, they have kids, they have responsibilities, not as much as they had when they were a kid. Like, your music taste just changes when you get older if you're not conscious of it. But like, you still can do all those things and be tapped in with the youth and still understand, try to understand what's going on.
I think that's where I'm going to be at when I get older. I think I'm still going to be able to adapt and change and listen, but I know myself, and I can just already like know that when I'm like 42 and my kid's going to be like, listen to this new hot shit. And I'm going to be like, that's fine that you like that, but I don't think I like this. Yeah. And that's okay. It's like, okay. That's fine, You're not going to like everything. And then I'm going to be like, turn that trash off, put on 2 Alive. And then I'm just going to be.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, Dad's playing the Yeet record again. No.
Yeah. It's just
You are now tuned in to the #1 Yeet podcast in the world.
You thought we weren't going to include Yeet in this podcast, and I got him in there, though. Go on, if you have another point.
I'll just say old heads just have their own like reference points of what their standard of hip hop is.
Yeah.
And then the young kids, they didn't grow up with you grew up with. They're growing up with everything that's hot right now. And they're developing their own reference points and tastes. Like everything evolves and changes, man. Everybody just needs to fucking calm down.
Yeah.
And let the kids have their moment. You had yours when you were growing up.
Yes.
Let the kids have their favorite artists.
100%.
And you hating, it just fuels their fire to keep spreading their favorite artists.
That's the irony of it all, is like old heads hating only makes young people want to listen to the music more.
Yeah, it makes me just want to keep saying fuck you. I'm gonna keep listening to this, and all my homies are gonna keep going crazy. The
mumble rap thing. When people started saying mumble rap,
it just got bigger.
I hated the fact that they were using that term, and it just made me listen to even more mumble rappers.
I heard it again last night from one of the cooks at the place where I work. I was just like passively listening to this older cook. He had to be in like this dishwasher. He had to be in like his 40s. He's like, I haven't listened to any rap from the last 5 years. I just don't understand the mumble rappers. I was like, we're still using this? Like, people are still saying this? Like, someone said that term, and just like, it just, people will say mumble rappers forever, I feel like. It's never going to end.
Yeah, literally.
It's like, shut the fuck up.
Next topic. This is one that I don't think we need to talk about a lot. Artists using backing tracks at live shows.
Yeah, bro. This is fucking annoying too.
It's fucking hip hop. Like, why are people not allowed to use backtracks at shows? If you're seeing like a live band performance, I could understand how it may be like, let's say you're going to see fucking Radiohead or some shit. And they were using backing tracks.
It'd be weird.
I can see how you might be a little mad at that. If you're seeing a vocalist, Adele, Beyonce, and they're using a backing track, I see how you might be kind of, upset about that. Rappers, though?
Yeah.
The fuck are they supposed to do?
Yeah, it's literally a producer that made a beat.
And they put vocals on
it.
What? I don't understand. What's the issue?
I don't get it, bro. I think I think old heads get mad when rappers don't like rap their like lyrics like word for word on and over like an instrumental or something. I think that's like that might be what they're talking about here.
Yeah,
which I understand to an extent, but in today's environment, there's a lot of artists that pride themselves on the energy of their performance and getting the crowd going and giving a lot of energy. Playboi Carti, for example.
Yeah.
Like that man is not fucking worried about rapping every single bar. Like we're not going to hear him rap every single like word. Like we want to hear him fucking scream and go crazy.
It would be honestly the Carti concert that we went to last year would have been fucking lame if he had just been up there like word for word rapping everything.
Oh my god.
That man didn't even say hello to us. No. He just fucking screamed the whole time. It was awesome. Okay, moving on. We have a couple more left. Rappers with more attention-seeking moments than good songs. This is something that I personally probably don't think I'll let go because I think of this as like this is like a thing where if you have more attention seeking moments than like songs than good songs, it's like, are you really doing this because you like the music, or are you just doing this for like the fame and like having followers and being goofy on TikTok? Like I think 6ix9ine is probably the shining example of this, right? Like and we've said it on the show before. The early 6ix9ine stuff was hard, bro, and I was rocking with it. But anything 6ix9ine has done in the last, can you name a song from 6ix9ine in the last 3 years?
No. It was all it was all 2018.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but he still is like,
but he had like 7 or 8 in a row.
Yeah. But he's still like getting relevant. Like he's still relevant today, but not because of his music, just because he's like going crazy in interviews and saying wild things to people. Like, I think that shit's fucking whack, honestly. But I understand it's a part of this game, and like,
it's part of the game.
What am I gonna do?
That type of attention seeking has definitely like calmed down, like in that way, like a controversial, like wild way. Like, I don't know. I think the attention seeking has gotten back to, you know, really good snippets or just really letting your personality shine through on TikTok. Yeah. You know, I think Jaleel is a great example of attention seeking, but like he's just being himself, and he's just this big, muscular, fit dude that has a crazy voice, does backflips and like that. I feel like that shit is cool, like a cool type of attention seeking, because that's something like he probably just does that in his free time. He has so much energy. He just be doing backflips for no reason.
I believe he's that guy. Yeah, I believe he is that guy.
Exactly, and that's what you're gonna get at his show too. Yeah. So I don't know.
The video that I think I sent it to our group chat of him jumping off the fucking like scaffolding of the stage, hitting the ground, getting up and doing a backflip during his set. I was crazy, like, bro. This is different. Yeah, this is fucking different. Right here. Okay, next topic. The prevalence of deluxe albums. I have a love-hate relationship with deluxe albums because I think in some cases it does elevate the album, and in other cases I'm like, okay, you did this for like the streaming model. Yeah, you know
usually,
what I'm saying?
But usually it's not the artist, it's the label that pushes them to put out the deluxe album.
That is true. That is
would
true.
be my guess.
There's also different versions of this where like So Much Fun had a deluxe album, and I think there were like 4 extra songs that were tacked on at the beginning, and then it was the same album. There's the Eternal A Take Deluxe, where it was basically just another second album tapped on top of it.
Because we had waited 3 years.
Or there's like the what do Yeet call it? The Geeky Pack.
Yeah, the Geek Pack.
And it was like 6 songs on the very end of it. Yeah. And the very last song was Dub, which is a leak that we had all been waiting for. So like the deluxe albums, I think it's really a case by case situation.
It really just depends on the fan. Like if we love Yeet, We were ready for the Geek Pack.
Right. Yes, correct.
Gunna dropped Drip Season 4, and we like some songs, but we weren't the biggest fans of it, so you couldn't say we're ready for a deluxe song. But we would be ready for a whole lot of Red Deluxe when he was teasing it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, it depends on you as a fan. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Music is music, and artists are allowed to release their music however way they want to. It's just deluxe albums have become like a new popular thing recently. I think it would evolve and become something new.
You're right.
I think we should let it go.
What would be better though? I guess not necessarily better. Like, what do you think is more beneficial for the artist? Would it be dropping a deluxe with 4 extra songs, or dropping an entirely different EP with like 7 songs?
Well, deluxes for major artists and labels are used for pushing album sales. So like if you hold, say on this next Jack Harlow project, Jack Harlow drops an album and he holds the Drake feature for the deluxe. He waits to do the initial push, put off the strength of him and his fan base, and then he holds the Drake deluxe to make another moment after.
That's fucking good. That's good strategy sales. Right there. That's good marketing.
A lot of it's for album sales.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, I don't necessarily hate the deluxe. I just think sometimes it seems unnecessary.
Definitely does.
Would be all I would say about it.
Again, there's a lot of unnecessary things that labels do.
Correct. Very true. Very true.
Like multiple posthumous albums. Like there's a Juice and X song coming out soon that they just forced together.
A new one.
A new one. The second posthumous Pop Smoke album should have never happened. Like,
oh no.
You know what I mean? God, like it's really labels.
That is true. That is facts. That is facts. You're speaking right now.
They do a lot of unnecessary shit. It's for the money.
Next topic we have here. This is a simple one. I don't want to spend much time on this one. Women rappers taking over. Anybody who has a problem with like women in hip hop and like women rappers becoming prevalent, like get the fuck over it. If you hate women, just say that, bro. Just fucking say it.
Yeah.
Like
it's not. I don't even think it's like a hatred of women. It's like boys that like don't have their way with girls and they're kind of like jealous, you know what I mean? And can never even dream of getting like a girl like Meg Thee Stallion that's just like fucking confident and just has her shit together. Yeah. Is a fucking boss bitch.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I think it's similar with homophobia. There's just no fucking room for hating on women
it's
rappers. It's
hella women rappers out right now.
A lot of dope ones.
Dope ones,
too.
Yeah. Like they are taking over.
Rappers.
Like I have some favorite like, you know, women rappers that I have on my in my rotation. You know what I mean? Like
we had a female rapper on the stream the other night, and that was like one of our favorite songs from the stream. Like her shit was crazy.
She was hard.
Like, so yeah, if you hating, fucking go listen to some country music or something. Okay, next one. I think we have 3 more. The popularity of New York's drill scene. I mean, like, I don't know what the issue that people have with this is. It's just like the saturation of it.
Yeah, it's definitely like that's probably like all that's coming out of New York right now. Majority of it is like the drill scene. Yeah, and you just hear it a lot. And people are quick to like throw shade at it because it's not the original drill scene, like the Chicago drill scene, and then the UK. It's driven from the UK drill scene, so it's like it's a new form of it because of
it's an influence of an influence, type shit.
Pop Smoke, Fabio Foreign, Lil TJ, all these guys kind of now Chef G and Sleepy Hollow have been going real crazy too. I don't know. It's just again, hip hop is full of niches. It's like rock and roll, what rock and roll used to be. Yeah. There's so many subgenres, so many new things and waves being created. Like, let it happen, man. Yeah, it's just the evolution of it, and New York will evolve, and something new will come out of the New York drill scene. Yeah, right. I think right now it's like the R&B samples over like drill beats
with those fucking crazy
like
808s.
B Love is doing that like. I really love that.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. Now this is one that is definitely relevant here. artists taking time off between releases. I think modern hip hop fans have just been spoiled with the readily available music,
Not even that, it's just social media in general. Like, we have so much access to artists nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, every day. We just like expect we expect them to give us what they want because we see their every move. That's why the great artists like Playboi Carti, Frank Ocean, they don't give us access to everything, and they can plot in their own way.
Yes. Bro, I remember when Jack K's dropped his last EP, literally the day after he dropped it, I saw somebody comment like, we need new music.
Yeah.
Like, we need a new album.
And it's like new music, like demanding it.
And then he replied, it was like, I literally just dropped an album. Like, what do you mean? Like, what the fuck? What do y'all motherfuckers just so greedy, man? Bro. Like, I think you're right though. It does stem from the fact that we have so much access to artists and their lives,
I think pre-social media, this wasn't really an issue.
Hell no. People would definitely want their artists to drop albums, but they wouldn't like write them letters and be like, where the fuck is the album?
There's just there's no effort put into like listening to your favorite artist's music nowadays. They drop, you go to your Spotify, you listen to it all really quick. Like, you don't have to get up, get in your car, go to the store, buy an album, throw it in your car, and then listen to it. Like, there was a whole process and ritual to go getting your favorite artist's music. You had to buy their tape, and you would low-key probably treasure it more than you would nowadays, because you have so much music at your fingertips nowadays.
Yeah. I think that's why vinyl has made such a big comeback in these past few years. It's just because, like,
you feel it, you own it.
Holding, like, I have like a couple of vinyl records, and like being able to hold it and open that bitch and see the photos and everything does really give you a different connection.
You own it.
Music.
You don't own your Spotify. Like, you're paying a subscription for this.
You're merely just an account on a platform. Really.
You get a vinyl.
You fucking look at that.
You look at it, you throw it on your record.
It has all the credits on it.
And then you put it on, you take a picture of it and you put it on your Instagram story and you say, this hits different on vinyl.
I'm better than all of you. Yeah.
I saw this week, Tyler Creator, his vinyls went out for Call Me If You Get Lost. And his album went to #1 again, and it sold like 51K.
Wow.
Off of pure vinyl sales. Yeah.
Damn.
Something like that.
That's insane. I did not see that.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
I love to hear that. Crazy.
Honestly. And Tyler's fan base, all those kids would,
they all have vinyl.
They all have vinyl. They all have records.
Yeah, 100%.
All of them.
100%. Okay, this is our last topic, and I to be honest, I don't really have much to say about this, because I think this is just has a lot to do with where we are as a modern society. Rappers' girlfriends becoming more popular on social media. People like Lil Baby's rumored girlfriend, or Moneybagg Yo's girlfriend, Lil Durk's girlfriend, Lil Durk just promoting his girl stuff in the middle of Drake verses.
That's fire.
Like, I mean, like, I don't have an issue with this. Like, I'm never gonna hate on somebody for getting their bag, as long as they are not hurting a group of people to do it.
Bro,
get your bag, sell some
rappers are trying to
teas.
Rappers are trying to build with their girlfriends too. Like, they're trying to build like long-standing, like long-term businesses with their girls, or like whatever, or they're just more popular. They'd be doing shit.
I think this stems from two things. This stems from like the whole, I usually try not to say these people's names, but the whole Kardashian aesthetic, where like these people got famous for quote unquote nothing, right? And now they are like these rich, famous celebrities. It stems a lot from that. And then it's like, okay, like your Lil Baby's girlfriend, like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like, do you have a talent? And it's like, what? She doesn't have to have a talent. She has the platform. She can do what she wants, like, and I also think it just stems from people just like, people who feel like they have to work a lot harder to get a little than you have these people who are just like, oh, you're just somebody's girlfriend. Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it stems from a lot of that. And I get that. But like, bro, like I said, I'm going to never hate on somebody for getting their bag because they got a platform to do it. Like,
it's what you do with it. You can be offered the opportunity, but it's like it's what you do after you've been blessed. Like, you still gotta seize that opportunity and like run with it and like make sure, you know, you make something out of it.
I agree. Flex bomb, you bitches.
Yep. Trump got a small loan of $1 million and look at him.
Very small. If anybody wants to give us a small loan of $1 million, DM us on Instagram or Twitter at Soul Serum. Man, that would be a sick DM.
That would be sweet.
That'd be sweet. If anybody
we'll
has
shave John's head.
We'll shave everybody's fucking head if we get $1 million loan. But until then, subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Main page, TV page. A lot of things getting put into the vault right now. We stream every Thursday on Twitch, listening to your music. Yep. We have another guest coming up this week. Shit. I think that's all I got. That's all I got.
Let's get out of here. John looks like about to pass out.
As always, I am your host, Clay Bodine.
Co-host, T Mavis.
And we'll see y'all next week. Deuces.
Peace.